everyone, and welcome to another episode of The House Hack. Today we're talking with Shirley from Dino Fino, and we're going to talk all about kitchens. So all the different types of materials that you can use, backsplashes, countertops, and all the super fun gadgets and new technology that's out there currently. Just to make it very easy for you when you go shopping around for kitchens, that you start to really understand and educate yourself from before on what's available and what to look out for. So without further ado, let's go. I'm Justine from Lily Helena, and I'm an interior designer. A while ago, I realized that my clients were finding it hard navigating through the local market and making choices for their new homes. So that's why I created The House Hack, a series of videos curated around the typical home buyer, helping you save money, make more educated choices when purchasing your hefty investments, and ultimately enjoy in turning your house into a home. Hi Shirley, thank you so much for talking to me today. I really appreciate this. First things first, this is an amazing kitchen, one of the many kitchens that Dino Fino has in their showroom. Can you talk to me first about the material that is used in this kitchen?
So in this particular kitchen, we're looking at different materials. So you have a lacquered finish for the base cabinets and tall units.
Okay.
You have laminate for all the wall cabinets on top.
Okay.
And in this case, we obviously have extra cabinets on top, which are also made of the same material, all lacquered, which means it's all sprayed.
Okay, so let's just dive into that a little bit further. So lacquer and laminate, what is the difference?
So when we speak about laminate, basically you have the base cabinet or the tall unit where you have the door of the cabinet in wood and it's covered with a laminate material.
Okay.
When we speak about lacquered finish, it means we have the door of the cabinet, same as we have in a laminate kitchen, but in this case it will be all sprayed.
All right.
There's two different types in our case of spray. There is either three layer spray or 6 layers of spray. Obviously, if you go for the 6 layers of spray, you have more protection, more heat resistant, more anti-fingerprints, more scratch resistant. So then it depends on what the client prefers.
Okay, so both are ideal for a kitchen, right? Okay, sure. Super fantastic.
It depends mainly on the budget of the client, on the layout of the kitchen in this case. It depends on the doors and model you go for which kitchen, because obviously there are different from low end to high end kitchens. So the material also varies the price of the kitchen at the end.
Exactly, perfect. And I've noticed here we've got these upper storage units on top of the upper cabinets, which you don't see often because usually they stop at about here.
Yes, exactly. So this would be the normal height of a normal kitchen, basically, which we go for. But when we have the cases of maybe an old townhouse or a house of character, or when the client is has a small space and is interested in adding more storage, we always give the option when we have the height in the room for extra cabinets on top.
I love it. It looks really pretty, and I like the way that it kind of goes out from the upper cabinetry too.
It gives a different dimension to the kitchen. It makes it more interesting, more fun. At the same time, the client has extra cabinets, extra storage, which everyone needs at the end of the day. And you can play around with dimensions, so we can literally design the kitchen to the space of the client.
So you can go up to 2.6, 2.9, past 3 meters even.
Exactly. We can even have cabinets with 3 doors if needed, 2 doors.
Okay.
It's all customizable depending on what the clients need.
Talking about storage, I've noticed that on your countertop you've got different areas, which, you know, it doesn't really seem like it's storage, but when you think about it, it is. Like, you can put all your spices here. This could be like where you put your certain utensils.
Exactly.
I love this, and it's super customizable.
Yes, we can. There's a full book basically of accessories. So we can go through it with the client. The client can choose what accessories he needs based on his needs, maybe on his daily use of the kitchen. If it's someone who cooks a lot, who would need more accessories, so we can add as many accessories we need to the backsplash.
Okay.
We can even have a magnetic backsplash, which is literally made out of glass and has a magnetic panel inside, where all accessories are.
So without actually having this on top of it, the actual backsplash itself is magnetic. Oh wow, really cool. One of the first things that you notice in this kitchen, it's this beautiful countertop and backsplash, but it looks like marble, is it?
But it's not.
Okay.
Basically, we give the client the various options for worktops and backsplash. Since marble is not always ideal because it's porous, maybe a client would be using the kitchen a lot, so it can be more scratch proof, etc. In this case, we're looking at HPL, which is a new material. It's made out of compressed wood, so it's more durable, it's high resistant for scratches and easy to clean. It has this still like a cold finish, so it gives the idea of ceramic and marble. We can basically change the color, we can change the vinyl effect, etc.
So it's not just this type of marble, it could be any marble and it could be any other kind of material effect.
Exactly, yes. We just design it basically with the client to see what they need, what they would like, match it with the colors of the kitchen, and then see what fits best.
So Shirley, one of the main questions I get asked by my clients is, I've got a small kitchen, how am I going to add all the things I need? I need extra storage. So one of the ways I feel that I do it when I'm customizing a kitchen is actually having compartments. So do you guys offer that as well?
Yes, exactly. In this kitchen I can show you some, but obviously then there's much more for the client to choose from. We can add accessories inside the kitchen. So in every drawer, basically we can add, in this case would be cutlery trays, which as well there are options to choose from. There are non-stick mats, so if the client is opting to put plates or glasses inside the drawers, where they're basically not moved around, they're all fit.
Okay, you've thought of everything.
There is option, for example, to add bins inside the drawers.
I love that.
So obviously you don't need an extra space in your room to put your bins. Everything's in the kitchen, and it's quite easy.
When it's a kitchen, you just want it to be super organized, right?
Exactly.
So that's perfect. Okay, thank you so much, Shirley. I think we can move on to the next kitchen. Let's delve into accessories, the fun part. Your kitchen should come completely customizable based on your storage needs. Kitchen corners are always an issue, so make sure you make the most of those areas for optimal storage. Your cabinets can be customized with small and large compartments for spices, knives, and utensil organization. A sensored light always gives it a more high-end touch. Flush doors are also perfect for storage, especially to act as pantries. Here we can store all the items you want tucked away, as well as larger appliances like your washing machine. Sliding tall cabinets are also ideal for condiments and jars to be stored in. Soft closing is now a common element of kitchen design and super ideal to eliminate banging cabinet slows. Some accessories are only available on more high-end kitchens. You may find this very cool sliding chopping board with also fitted hot plate that has multi-uses, as well as being ideal to hide dishes in your sink. Handy. Another feature I love is the footrest that can be placed on an island, giving that little bit of extra comfort for those seated. This interesting feature here is a glass enclosed storage area, ideal for small appliances such as your kettle and toaster, that can be pushed out when in use, then tucked back away when no longer needed. Okay, Shirley, we're in the second kitchen. This is very, very different to the first one we saw aesthetically. I want to get a little bit technical. So in design, we've got what we call the working triangle in the kitchen. Do you want to explain it?
Yes, so basically when we're designing the layout of a kitchen, we try to stick as much as possible to this working triangle. Always, obviously, when it's the case and when the space allows us to do it. And basically for the clients, we try to keep the hob, the sink, the fridge freezer and the oven as much as possible, like we have in this case, as a triangle.
As an equal-sided triangle,
exactly.
Right?
It makes it a bit more easy for the clients to use. If you get something hot from the oven, you'll find the cooker exactly behind you. If you need to take something from the cooker to the sink.
Okay, so the working triangle is definitely something that our audience needs to keep in mind when they're looking at the layout. I think this is probably one of the most important things when it comes to the kitchen layout.
Exactly, the kitchen, this working triangle, the kitchen layout, electrical points, electrical plugs, accessories. We will guide obviously the clients.
There's a lot to think about.
Yes,
no wonder it can get confusing.
Yes, but it's, once you start, then we step at a time, and it's quite easy, and it's a fun process to follow.
Super. And also space between the cabinetry and the island. Something, you know, not everybody's blessed with a massive open plan, but I would say that the minimum probably space would be about 90 centimeters.
Exactly, like the standard space we try to keep is 90.
Okay.
We do sometimes go for 80, but it will be a bit limited.
A bit tight.
Here we have like a meter. So we try to, this would be ideal basically.
Ample
If you
space.
open cabinets, if you have drawers in the island, it would be much more easy for the client.
And even if somebody's passing, somebody else is here, there's
exactly,
enough
two
circulation
people can work at the
space.
same time. So.
Exactly. Okay, so we spoke about laminate and lacquer on the previous kitchen. What material is this on the island?
So in this kitchen we have veneer, so it's quite different than laminate obviously, and laminate is basically a covered door. In this case veneer is the actual wood. Then we have, in this case, Phoenix, which is a new material.
Okay.
And Phoenix is made out of recycled plastic. So although it has this silk finish, it's scratch resistant, it's finger proof. So
and it comes in this matte finish. Does it come in a glossier finish?
No, it's always a matte finish, a matte silk finish.
Just a different range of colors.
Exactly, always solid colors. There's obviously all the time colors are added, colors are changed. Then you can
so super versatile as well. I love it. You know what I've noticed about this kitchen as well? The height of the cabinetry, of the tall cabinets. This is a bit longer than your standard, a bit higher than your standard kitchen.
Like we saw previously, when a client needs storage or extra space or would like the aesthetics to look like the kitchen is literally to the ceiling, which is something very on trend. We can either add extra cabinets, like we did in the previous kitchen, exactly, or we can play around with the height units, with the plinth size. The plinth at the bottom of the kitchen can also change.
Okay, so tall cabinets can go up all the way, completely customizable. We can go up to the ceiling, right? So there's no need to create necessarily a soffit if the client doesn't want one.
No, exactly. We can play around with the cabinets and just hit the size the client wants.
Okay, then talking about, you mentioned the plinths. So a question that I get a lot from my clients is, do we need a plinth? What's the plinth for? Why do we need to have a plinth?
We always have plinths. Plinths, apart from their obvious fact that just hiding the kitchen legs. If you wash, for example, if you have the robot, if you clean basically next to the kitchen, the plinth will avoid any water going underneath the kitchen.
So it protects the kitchen cabinetry.
Exactly.
Okay.
Exactly. Apart from that, when you have appliances such as oven, microwave, fridge, freezer, there's also ventilation grills put in the plinths as well.
Perfect.
So obviously you'll have the ventilation going through.
On there.
Apart from that, we look a lot at ergonomics when we're designing a kitchen. So we'll see the client's height and we play around with the plinth size. So the island, for example, or base cabinets and the kitchen height can go lower or higher depending on how the client.
Right, the standard is basically 90 from the floor, so you can actually go higher if your client, you know, is taller.
Exactly.
I do have one more question for you. So obviously you see a lot of clients. Is there a common question that you get asked, or maybe a common problem that you notice?
Yes, most of the clients come in after they've already done plastering or after they've already finished their electrical plans. We always suggest starting designing and starting planning your floor layout. It doesn't mean just for a kitchen, your furniture layout, when the property is ideally still at shell form.
Right.
And this allows us obviously to find the best spaces in the space. For example, if you have your kitchen, should it be placed here, should be at an island, change the dining table, etc. And it will allow us more to play around with your space.
And even in terms of electrical points and plumbing points, even if they're already there because the developer or contractor has already put them there, it kind of limits the layout.
Exactly what we can do. It limits maybe the client's needs basically, because if they need, for example, 2 hobs because they cook a lot, or 2 ovens, that always limits what we can do.
What you can do.
And when it's still a clean space, still shell form, we can play around and design as much as possible.
Well, I think it's been super, super educational. Thank you so much. It's been
You're
such
welcome.
a pleasure. And thank you everybody for watching. And that's a wrap on another episode of The House Hack.